So when the students go and they take the instruments out for the very first time at the beginning of the school year, when beginning band has that look in their eyes because they're so excited to make noise, and you give them that instrument, and even though it doesn't sound great at the beginning, just seeing them so excited for band is just an absolute priceless moment. And seeing my kids go beyond my band room and grow and succeed in the high school and even on the collegiate level. I make sure that I try and maintain a close relationship with the high school that my school feeds into. And I always check up on the kids and make sure I go to performances and work their band camp in the summer. When I first came to Wellington Landings Middle School, I had some really big shoes to fill. The previous director was absolutely phenomenal. I had moved from Maryland, where the school system is a little different in the fact that band was only a pull-out program and students start in 4th grade. Down in Florida, students start in 6th grade and they're set in a heterogeneous classroom. So for example, I'm teaching the tubas while I'm teaching the flutes, and the clarinets are in there too. And I wasn't used to teaching in a classroom setting like that. Having the different type of setting than I was usually brought up in, I started asking my colleagues for help. I try and take the advice that I'm given and shape it in a way that works for my program. Even though we have grown exponentially in size and have been successful, I am still asking for help, learning with my fellow music educators, and want to continue. I try and incorporate different methodologies in my teaching that don't apply to music. I try and incorporate other subjects or content areas so kids realize that music also can be related to language arts or science or math. For example, when we are learning time signatures, I teach them about fractions, and the first part of the time signature is the numerator and the bottom part of the time signature is the denominator. And then we also did a science experiment this school year. I was actually tired of the kids not taking care of their instrument and cleaning out their instrument like they should. So what we did was we swabbed mouthpieces and reeds, and we took pieces of bread. We made our own controlled piece of bread, and we also swabbed the Q-tips from the mouthpiece onto the piece of bread, and we sealed it in a Ziploc bag, and we posted it on my wall, and we just let it sit there for like a couple months and let it grow. And we were taking hypotheses of what would grow and what wouldn't, to see which was the most disgusting instrument. And I was trying to teach the kids, you know, this is why we need to clean our instruments and take better care of them. So it ended up being the tenor saxophone, and the bari saxophone was the most disgusting. And so now the kids are now more well aware of taking care of their instrument and cleaning it out on a regular basis. But they got to create science and doing a whole experiment in the band classroom, and that's usually unheard of. They really enjoyed it and getting their hands dirty. In addition to my teaching duties at Wellington Landings, I also am part of the PBS team. It's also known as Positive Behavior Support. The mission of the PBS is to instill a positive school-wide culture within the school by teaching students to be respectful, responsible, and resilient. We also teach school-wide expectations and how to be kind to one another.